Now red! Go red! Red light! Red light! Red light!
It's easier if you just take the street to get everywhere a lot quicker. So you don't have to worry about the thing.
Fucking shower.
All power to the floor. 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 All power to the floor.
Go on. gets rough, Joe, just stick by me, buddy. See if this place ain't working. No kids, I'm out. Always is.
All cops to the floor! All cops to the floor! All cops to the floor!
Power to the poor!
All cops to the floor! Power to the floor!
Power to the poor!
Power to the poor!
All power to the poor!
All power to the poor! All cops to the floor! All power to the poor! All cops to the floor! All power to the poor! All cops to the floor! All power to the poor! All cops to the floor! All power to the poor!
Okay. 6:45 and I've seen at least 24 police. At least.
Of an unconstitutional law against homeless communities and poor communities. Some of these names of these enforcers are Reese, Lee, and Castaneda. Please repeat after me. These names. Reese, Lee, Castaneda. Remember these names of people that has harmed you and your community. All power to the poor! All power to the poor!
So what's next? Yes, you, right? Or is it next? Oh, yes, please. PBA? PBA is next. So where do we go for PBA?
Everybody look at that corner of that building right there. It says, an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice.
Empowering, huh? Thank you.
Reese and Castaneda. Here you go. Hey Reese, fuck you.
Okay, so we got one more stop. We're gonna go visit the Portland Business Alliance, and then we're gonna go up to the Forum up in PSU, and there's gonna be food and water up there. So just a heads up. One more stop.
All power to the poor!
Keep on moving. Don't even waste your time with this non-cop. Hey, this is a public thoroughfare, you're a fascist. Take it easy there, fascist.
Stop the sweeps! 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 Stop the sweeps!
Got a damn ticket. That's what I get for trying to do my city duty, man. That's all. I don't even look anything like that.
I want everyone to really give us something.
Not around here.
This form is planned. This demonstration is one step. The idea is to start.
The city founded in 2007, or in 2005 when they started the 10-year plan. They founded a committee called the Coordinating Committee on Ending Homelessness. I personally refer to this as the Final Solution Committee because it seems the only thing they're interested in is patting each other on their backs and figuring out ways to force poor and houseless people out of the city of Portland in the guise of serving them. We requested a speaking space on the agenda for the upcoming Coordinating Committee meeting and were denied after Tom Potter said that there would be 9 slots available for poor and houseless people to air their grievances to the committee. And we are being denied our right to petition for redress of grievances. So this forum, if they're not going to solve our problems, if they're not even going to acknowledge our say in what services we receive, and I am a houseless person, then we need to get together as a group and do it ourselves. If we were the ones who were making the decisions on serving houseless people in this city, what would that look like? What do we want that to look like? What do we want our services to look like?
Yeah.
How do we want to get ourselves on our feet, on our own terms? They have never looked out for us. They have never looked out for us. 9 days ago, I had my house stolen by the Portland Police Bureau. My house! Everything that I own is gone. And they'll do nothing. They do nothing except say, oh, I'm sorry, that sucks. No, that's not enough. So this forum is for us to sit down and start discussing solutions on our own. Because the government, as far as I'm concerned, they don't even exist anymore. So it's up to us. Hey, Courtney. Just a hand.
Yeah, totally. Sorry.
So, do you have the agenda thingy? Yeah. All right. You want to run through something?
You want to start off?
Yeah.
What's the agenda? Should we space, or you think this is pretty good?
Can everybody here raise your hands if I'm not making any sense to you?
That may not have anything to do with hearing.
Oh well, yeah. All right. So one of the things that we want to address in this forum is a safer space policy. And Courtney, if you want to explain that a little bit better.
Alright, so basically what we're doing here is we're creating community. So what we really want is respectful, open conversation that's inclusive to every type of person, not dependent on race, gender, class, sexual orientation, or ability. So what we're doing here is we're creating a safe and respectful space. So while we're sharing, just want to make sure that everybody recognizes that we're acting in a respectful way. Can we agree to that? Yeah! Okay, so that's the safer space policy. If anybody violates the policy, we're just going to ask that people respectfully either leave if they can't. If you can't agree to the policy and you can't be respectful, we would ask you to leave. That's about as happy as we can get without being violent, which we're not going to be. So we'll just ask you to leave. Thanks.
And as far as everybody having a voice, there's a lot of people here. So we're going to try and do a stack system as best we can. If you don't understand a stack, what we're going to do, Courtney and I, as people have input and want to say something, raise your hand, and we'll acknowledge you. We'll go around and say, make sure that you all get called on in turn. I see Marco's hand right there. I see one hand there, and so if we could do that, that means everybody has a moment to speak. And we want to keep the time limits for everybody's input. And I know I'm going on and on, but to 3 minutes or under, so that we're only going to be here for a little while, and we got a lot of ground to cover. And one of the first things that we want to do is go through for the next like half hour, have people discuss their experiences in Portland in being poor, being houseless, being fucked with by the cops because you don't look like you shop at the Gap, or being fucked with by the cops because you have a fat backpack on your back. And we'd like to know what everybody's experiences are, because if we can figure out what's happening, then we can start to figure out solutions. You have anything to add to that?
Yeah, for sure. And one last thing. So another measure with respect is we want to try to practice step up, step back. So if you've already said 3 or 4 things, we've got 50 people here. So, you know, you come up, you say your piece, and then you step back and you wait for other people to share their piece. That way everybody gets a feeling of being heard, or everybody gets heard. Okay? Can we agree to that? Step up, step back? Yeah? All right, sweet. So we're going to start with anybody who has any experiences with houselessness, homelessness, anything like that. And we have some hands I already saw. I saw a Marco hand, but he disappeared.
You were after Marco.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you raise your hand? Oh, I thought I saw you raise your hand. I'm sorry.
What's up, friend?
Well, you know, I've been homeless for 20 years off and on, and I haven't had a place. Currently, my situation is that I have an internal detachment in my left knee. I need back surgery. I got a tumor in my brain, and Social Security says it's not enough. I have seen a lot of things in my time, being homeless for 20 years. Half of it I chose to be, and the other half I haven't. The other half that I haven't is because the government doesn't think that my internal detachment in my knee, the surgery that I need in my back, and the surgery I need in my brain is not enough. It's people like you that make it easier to give me the power to stand up to them. So I gotta say thank you for that, guys.
Do you have anybody else that would like to share an experience? Something from the streets, how the cops fuck with you.
All the time.
How we get treated like shit. Do you want to, could you share that?
All the time. That's all I gotta say. They do it all the time.
Do you usually sleep? Is there anywhere in here sleeping like near any of the bridges? Hawthorne Bridge, Burnside Bridge.
I sleep right down by the Burnside skate park. I'm under it.
You're under it. How often do Clean and Safe like come through? How often?
Way too much. 5 to 10 times within 4 hours. Yeah.
And they kick you.
And they kick you.
This is Clean and Safe.
Clean and safe. So we had a hand in the back here. Yeah, please.
Yeah, my voice is from yelling earlier, so.
Yeah.
But, so I'm homeless and currently adjusting out of homelessness and staying in the shelter and working on getting jobs and stuff. But I guess it was almost a month ago, I had court for it yesterday. A buddy of mine and his girlfriend, they'd gotten jobs. They just got like their first big paid job. And so I went out and we celebrated it. And the police came in, moved in on Cooch Park. Rolling with about 5 or 6 of them. Moved in, and all in undercover, came in, saw one woman and a couple other people sitting over on one side of the Cooch Park. They were talking to them, and we didn't even really notice that they were cops, so we were just sitting there. And a couple minutes later, they come up, and they start talking to us, and they approach us as civilians, ask us if we're doing drugs or if we're drinking, and we had 1 glass of wine each, because we were celebrating this great job that they just got. They came up, and we were all really compliant. We were just like, we're just here celebrating. They're like, well, it's illegal to drink in the park. We're like, okay, we have no problem with that. One of them grabs my buddy Justin, but he unfortunately isn't here today. I don't think this girl can go to me. He grabs my buddy Justin and goes to put him to a pain compliance hold instantaneously. And of course, the first thing anybody does when they're yanked on is yanks a little bit back. It takes him and 4 other police officers to bash my buddy into the ground, throw him in dog food, and then ask him, oh, did you get the shit on your clothes? And then they stood there and they continued to harass us for 20, 30 minutes. They ended up hauling my buddy off to jail, claiming that he had been resisting arrest. The entire time my buddy's like, I'm not resisting arrest. I'm standing there like, telling them, I don't think he's resisting arrest, but you guys keep kicking him and beating him up. He's got bruises all over his body. It's absolutely ridiculous. As they're harassing us, they tell us that the people that they've just been talking to who didn't get arrested were shooting heroin like 20, 30 feet away.
Yep.
And they left them alone
Yep.
and decided to come pick on us for having a celebratory glass of wine. And they talked about it like it was the same thing.
Like, this is all just, you know, the same mess. And he asks us, he's like, how would you like your kids to come to the park and see people shooting up heroin and drinking wine?
Wow. Your face too. Yeah. We took them down. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Yeah. So that's pretty messed up. Do we have any other stories? Experiences? Yeah.
So about 2 months ago, I was in Pioneer Mall down there, had my big old backpack on, and security was following me around the mall. I leave the mall, security follows me out of the mall and asks me to dump out my backpack on the street. They accused me of stealing. Constant stereotypes are placed on us.
Yep.
For a backpack, it's a backpack. And I was walking, I had $5, I went to go get something to eat.
Yep.
Just today I was at Daywatch. If you guys know where Daywatch is, those of you who don't, Daywatch is run by the First Presbyterian Church out of the Julia West House at 13th and Alder, and is paid for by the Portland Business Alliance as their answer to, is their compromise for passing the sit-lie and no camping ordinances, which had already been found unconstitutional in 2000. So I meet this guy at Daywatch today drinking a cup of coffee. He says, I was on the Portland streetcar a couple days ago, and there was another guy who was asleep on the streetcar like 6 seats back, and then the Wackenhut TriMet security get up on the Portland streetcar, and they walk up to this guy who's awake, and they just flip out their ticket book and they start writing him a ticket. The guy's like, wait a minute, what are you writing me a ticket for? He says, for skipping fare. This guy's like, wait a minute, you didn't ask me if I skipped fare. I have a transfer in my pocket. Oh, well, I've already started writing the ticket. Give me your ID.
What the fuck?
And this guy was awake, coherent. He had a backpack, and he had dirt under his fingernails. I got dirt under my fingernails. My feet stink, and I carry around a big backpack too. And, you know, that's like, you got Wackenhut on the TriMet. You've got Portland, Portland Patrol, like riding all over the street. I saw 2 Portland Patrol officers, there's another couple of guys here who witnessed this, 2 Portland Patrol officers walk up and try and give a ticket to 2 people sitting on the street sharing a 24-ounce can of beer when 25 feet down the street there were maybe 30 people sitting outside the bar getting drunk off of hard liquor. And when we try and tell those people, the people sitting there, because those private security have no authority, none. You don't have to tell them shit. They're security guards, they're not cops. So when we go and try and help these brothers out, hey, you don't have to tell them anything. All you got to do is like get up and go somewhere else. You don't have to give them your ID, you don't have to let them write you a ticket or whatever. They turn on us and they start saying to us, you're the problem. You're the problem in this country. You're what's wrong with this country. I'm a veteran in this current war. And I'm the problem. I'm what's wrong with this country.
Thanks, Wes.
I go up on 21st all the time, and you see these deranged drunks just going crazy on the street because it seems like every business on Northwest 21st is a bar or a restaurant with the beer license, and they all got tables on the street, and they're just going crazy there every night. It's like worse than Hawthorne, and it's just a real big dichotomy because you got these people getting drunk on the street, getting in. I've seen so many fights out there, and then some other poor person just sitting on the street drinking a beer or just even sitting down, and you face constant harassment. What I don't like about being on the streets is constantly being woke up. If like I sleep in a doorway or on the sidewalk, public sidewalk, I feel, and I'm waking up, I'm getting like 4 hours, 5 hours sleep because if it ain't the cops waking you up, it's security guards waking you up, and if it ain't the security, it's like. It seems like the only thing the security guards do is harass poor people. That's their whole job, is to move around the poor people and make their lives miserable so people decide to move.
I have one thing to add on that.
Yeah, please.
They'll all sit and get drunk, and they'll walk in floors all weekend long, and then get behind an automobile and drive.
Yeah.
The cops do nothing. But let me or you sit down by ourselves in a park and drink a beer. We're honest.
I've seen cops actually drinking and driving.
Right.
My friend saw a cop smoking crack yesterday.
I believe it.
So let's remember to raise our hands just so we can keep some order. Does anyone else have an experience they want to share? Please, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Hurt. The first I'd like to say is this: I've never seen so many colorful people out in one spot at one time, and it's a beautiful thing. I believe if you keep this up, you're going to get somewhere in a positive place. It shows a lot of heart and dedication, determination and desire. I wouldn't let none of these cops or these suits, I call them suits, discourage your dreams or put you down in a way that stops your goals. Me personally, I had a silver spoon in my mouth all my life. I never had to ask for nothing. Been all over the world. I wrestled for Oregon. I represent Oregon when I wrestled. I haven't wrestled in like 5 years. I've been on parole. I just got off. All right. 48 times I've been arrested since 2004. I've been in Justice Center 48 times since 2004. No new crimes. All violations for not going say hello, parole officer. Well, I'm not going to go say hello to the parole officer because when I go in there, they make a speculation. I've never been UA'd in my life. I've been all kinds of drug addicts. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they keep putting me down. They put me down. They put me down. It keeps me standing up. That's the first thing they taught me how to do in wrestling. Stand up.
Right.
That's how you get your points. So just keep standing up, and I feel that you guys get anywhere you want to. So give you all you guys and the people who died, the people who are still trying, the people who haven't got here yet, give them all a hand, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Has anyone here had any experiences with Transitional Projects Incorporated or Central City Concern?
I've been in both TPI, Central City Concern, and there's a lot of them in there that actually help, but there's a lot of them in there that actually don't want to help folks. I was in there just a year and a half ago, and I watched my best friend, who was laying right next to me, get woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning while he was sleeping and thrown out of TPI for no reason. No reason at all. He was sleeping. I came in with him. We were in at exactly the same time, and they threw him out.
Can we clarify what is that? What are these two groups?
Transitional Projects Incorporated is supposed to be homeless sponsored. They're supposed to help the homeless with anything that they need. They're supposed to.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so is Central City Concern, but they don't do everything they're supposed to do.
Okay. Wow. So what I'm hearing is that even the organizations that are supposed to be helping the houseless folks are not helping.
They're not.
Okay.
Most of them are in it for the money. There's some of them that actually are working for free, but most of them are in it for the money. And have no respect for the homeless.
Right.
You had a
get the incorporation.
I went to one of those 5-year, 10-year plan to end HOMELESS-ness, and they had this big old list of all the affordable housing in the Portland area, downtown area, right? And you know, they list stuff like the Mission and the Blanchet House, right? But I've seen a lot of the places, the majority of places that I'm eligible for, which would be like non-drug addict, not too crazy, like not crazy enough to want to live at the Palm, that's for damn sure. And because that place is I want to say, all of them said, please contact Central City Concern. And if you guys don't know, Central City Concern owns basically about roughly 120 properties. I don't know the exact numbers. They basically start out and they just buy up all the old housing stock, all the old residency motels downtown. They built up a few really big buildings, and it seems like that's more for their drug addict population. Because what I found out is if you don't have any major drug issues, the waiting list for their housing is closed and has been closed for over 3 years. The only way you can get in housing through Central City Concern is if you have a drug or alcohol problem. 2/3 of their housing is for the drug and addicted population. If you look at their whole scheme of things, their board, their nonprofit, their executive director, a lot of these people are in the 12-step program. Now the thing is about the 12-step program, they have a big bias towards anybody that doesn't believe in their bull crap, which means, you know, they don't take a priority to house people, they take a priority to house people with drug and alcohol issues.
Because they get paid by the
So, but going back to my thing about what happened to me specifically, the guy in front of me was trying to get the drug addict housing, and they said, yeah, we're signing you up for 2 places. It'll take probably about 4 to 8 weeks or something, you know, real short time frame. And I go up there, I said, look, I got all these things. They say you guys let people live here, or you can live here. And they said, no, they're all closed for you. And I know I'm taking a long time, so I apologize. But the other thing I want to say is, used to be 10, 15 years ago, before Central City Concern had say over these housing, you could get in the housing. The low restrictions, like somebody was saying, you can't be a felon. They won't let you be a felon in there, you know. So I don't like Central City Concern. I think they have a private agenda.
Right. Yeah. So what I heard right there is that even the folks that are in a situation of homelessness and are trying to get themselves out aren't even getting the support that they need. So if you're a drug addict or you're really, really struggling, they'll help you. But if you're somebody who's trying to get better, someone who's trying to improve, someone who's trying to change their life, there's no support for that, which is pretty fucked up. I'm going to see if anyone else wants to speak, because we're going to try to disperse it a little bit. Does anyone else have anything? Yeah, please, sir.
I tried to get into Central City Concern, and because I'm a felon for drug distribution, there's no chance in the world I'll take. What do you do?
Someone else? Anyone else? Yeah, please.
I know something about Central City Concern.
Okay.
They'll take people, men off the street, and they have more than 120 buildings. And they revamping them all, and then they give them new apartments. They get to live there for free while they work for free.
Huh.
These people work for free, and they're doing all their work for free and their property.
Right. Yeah, Lindsay.
Something else that's been a surprising and startling, terrifying statistic is the amount of women with children, infants, that are coming onto the streets, and there's no help for them. Even though the system is designed, the welfare is given to mothers with children, there's not as much help as you think there are, because there's just so much red tape. It takes years, and a woman who's pregnant and on the streets can't get housing by the time it takes to have a child.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
I still have problems, and I'm not dumb.
No. I hear you,
I
brother.
still have problems, and I got a good, strong support system. I got people that check on me. I can call them. That's what needs to be done. They can't just be stuck in housing and forget it.
Just on the thing about well, that thing, I really think that's one of the major issues with the social service providers that provide housing, is they don't really provide any community support. A lot of people are stuck in those residency motels, and they're just doing the same things they're doing on the street, but they got a place now. But the other thing I want to say, UC police can kick you out of their property for up to 2 years. I got arrested for a warrant, but the warrant was dropped, dismissed with prejudice, which means the warrant was null and void. So they arrested me for a warrant. I wasn't doing nothing wrong but sleeping on the bench. The university police, which are state police here in PS, Portland State, and they kicked me off their property, and they gave me a map, and I just ignored it because I said I didn't do anything wrong, so you can't exclude me. But they excluded me for 2 years, from what they told me, I can't be on any university property, which is PSU, which is a big area, as you know, like 10 square blocks and stuff. But I don't really worry about it too much.
May I say something?
Yes, please.
Poverty starts with the mind. Here's what happens. Because of the state of oppression, mental illness runs rampant. Bitterness runs around in the system. There's no way to ease it. So here's what happens. There's no love. There's no connection with home. There's nothing to represent mother or a variation of mother and father. So here's what happens. There's no community family. So here's what happens. Oppression starts to weigh down on the homeless. Now there's only one way to deal with oppression. We have to get angry at it.
For sure.
Quote from Dr. Maria Tostada, transpersonal psychologist.
Hands off the floor.
There is only one way to deal with it.
There is a subject that none of us actually touched on. OHP and Medicare was originally created for the homeless and for the people that don't have the money. What they did was they went and looked around and did a statistic and saw that there were so many homeless and so many poverty. They went and wiped it out completely to where you either got to be pregnant or you got to be on Social Security. Social Security doesn't help the homeless either. Oregon Social Security I was fighting for 2 years, and they're still all the way back in 2004. They're taking people that actually don't have any physical disabilities or don't have any mental problems and giving them Social Security. While the people like me and people like whoever else is here that's got physical disabilities are going uncared for.
Remain, and as a result, remain oppressed financially.
Exactly. And the same thing with medical. They took away the rights for us to have medical, so we can't get medicine, we can't get these things, and there's places that are supposed to help us out, like churches. A lot of the churches won't help you out unless you agree to follow their religion. If you don't follow their religion, they kick you out. They don't want nothing to do with you. It's not right. Without medical, people like me and people like you don't get treated.
Organized religion
Hold
is
on
just
a
a
second.
bunch of
Sorry.
systematic lies.
I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you.
The power of the engram because of the reactive mind and cellular damage. Terra incognito is right back here. And it's the truth. Organized religion has done more harm than it has good. Preach the love of God. What happens when a homeless person comes to the door? They want to send them to a mission.
Or they won't give you a blanket.
While they're going all the way to the bank, while they're giving the money to the preacher.
Sir. All right, guys. So what I'm hearing is that we have a lot of issues. So we've heard a lot of stories. We've heard a lot of negative experiences. And what I would like to do, and what PCAP really wants to do, is start to empower us as a community, as the housed, as the houseless, as the students, as the activists, as people, to start working together on these solutions. So what we're going to do is we're going to form a couple of working groups. We're going to hang out and just talk to each other for like 15 minutes. And then we're just going to come back together, do a little bit of a debriefing, and we're going to eat. So, got 4 working groups here. One on housing, one on healthcare, one on police security abuse, and one on community building. So if you guys could just split yourselves up into 4 groups. Community building, like how we can empower each other as a community to start creating sustainable solutions for the households. So
I would also propose that a discussion group or a working group form up on direct action case management.
Yes.
Since that was one of the issues that was brought up, is that when people go into TPI and they get into housing, they don't have any supportive case management after that. So maybe we as a community need to come together and become the case managers. So if there could be a group to form up on that too.
Okay, so how about we have that group meet, the group that Wesley just introduced, meet up here on the stage. We'll have housing group meet over here, healthcare meet right back there, police and security abuse here, and community building here. So let's just try to split